Hello my friends, it's Caddy. I'm here to share my 73rd process video and number 3 of 15 for my Work It Wednesday challenge, where I will create 15 layouts from this kit that I created from my stash. So again, this is number 3. I am scrapbooking 2 photos today of my very first job. My very first job was at a Winn-Dixie store, which for those of you that don't have a Winn-Dixie in your area, it is a grocery store. So it is photos from that time, and they were taken back in 2003. I don't have the exact date that they were taken, but they were taken in 2003, which was when I was in high school. I believe I was like 16, 17, probably 16 years old. So this was right before I started scrapbooking, so I hadn't scrapbooked these photos, and I wasn't looking to scrap them. I just happened to run into them, and I said, oh man, I should scrap these, because they're just really great memories from those times. And the picture is actually me and a bunch of my friends from school. We all worked there, so that was kind of like the cool thing back then. You got to work at Winn-Dixie. So it's just pictures of us. And then those pictures were actually taken on a day. It was like a special event that they had for us, and you could actually be a manager of a specific, like each of us was a manager for a specific department that day. I was the floral manager, which is kind of perfect because I love flowers. So I was the floral department manager, and so that's why we're all kind of wearing these white shirts, because we were all supposed to be managers for the day. So it was fun. It was a great memory. We had a lot of fun that day. We had fun every day. I mean, even though we all worked hard, you know, because it was a job, but we still had a good time. So it was great, and it's a lot of great memories. So those are the photos that you see there, and what I'm using here is just all stuff from my kit. I will leave the link below to my kit, which is a kit that I made from my stash, in case you guys want to see what's in that kit in detail. But I'm beginning with that background, which is that cork paper, which is that pretty floral, and it's just black floral, and it kind of looks like drawn flowers, which I really like. And this paper, I kind of put it in my kit on purpose because I know it's something that is hard for me to use. It's very pretty, I absolutely love it, but it's something that is very hard to use for me. So that's why I added it to this kit, and it is hard for me to use, and you're gonna see that I'm gonna kind of change my mind a bit with this, because I didn't know what I wanted to do exactly. So as I said before, I don't pre-plan my layout, so I kind of just start going at it, and I don't know where it's gonna end up, so I just go at it and pray for the best. So yeah, that's what I did. I used that background floral, and then I just matted it like you saw on that diagonal black and white stripe, and then I did the same thing for my photos. I matted them on that black and white stripe, and then I'm just looking through the papers that I picked out to kind of see what else I'm going to use, what other papers I want to use for this. And I'm going to mat that whole thing on white as well, or the photos on white as well. And I do want to take a minute and apologize, because I've been a little bit MIA. I don't think I've posted for like over a week. I've been super busy. I've had a lot going on. I haven't really been scrapbooking. The layout, this one and another one that I'm going to be sharing probably tomorrow, I've had them done for I don't know, a week, and I haven't been able to do the editing and the voiceover, so it's been a little bit of a hectic week. So yeah, so hopefully next week I'll have a lot more scrappy time, because you kind of need it. I guess, or at least I need it. It just kind of kind of distracts me, and just kind of, I don't know, makes me feel better when I scrapbook. So yeah, so I'm just working on some layering right now. I'm just layering a few different papers behind the photos, and just kind of until I kind of get what I want. And you will see later on that I will kind of trim down the layers, because I kind of want them to be a little bit tighter around the photo. So you will see me trim that down just a little bit later. But yeah. And then those like little photo corners that I kind of cut out from that green wood plank paper, like a distressed green. It's not green. It's like a dark mint kind of, or like teal, turquoise, I don't know. It's a green. It's in the green family. So I took that paper, that one with the circles, which I absolutely love that paper. I love all those circles. They're all so pretty. And the paper itself, like as a whole, I mean, you could use it to like matte photos, you know, but I mean, I really love the circles, and I really wanted to cut them out because I think that's a better use of the paper. I mean, I don't think I would use it as a whole background because it's very busy, but each of those individual circles are just so pretty. So I decided to cut a bunch of them out. Some of them I cut out with my punches, and then others I cut out because maybe I didn't have like that size punch, so I just cut them out with my scissors. So that's what I'm doing now. And then I'm going to make 3 clusters of those circles in the spots where you see them right now. Just like that. That's where they're going to stay. The one that I have at the bottom right is not going to stay there. It's going to go up there. So I kind of fast forwarded so you guys didn't have to see me kind of cut every circle, and you know, because I did record it and it was pretty tedious. So I edited all that out. Now I had an idea because that background paper is busy. It's busy paper, and I like busy, but it was just too much for me. So I had an idea to kind of just kind of use a background. And now that I think about it, I would have actually left it, and I would have taken out the pieces that are on the top right, that one that I'm messing with right now, and the bottom left. I would have taken those pieces off, and I would have just left the center one like going down, and I really would have liked that. But you see, I see that now that I'm doing, like I'm editing the video, and I didn't I didn't realize it at that moment. So I decided to go another route, and I still do have those papers with the black mat, and I am going to use them on another layout. And now that I saw that and I really like that, I'm probably going to use it just like that. So you'll see those very soon. So what I decided to do was just take some gesso. I had to water down my gesso because this is the Faber-Castell gesso, but there was only a little bit left in there, and it got kind of gunky. Like it wasn't as, you know, it was like a little bit too gunky. So I went ahead and just watered it down a bit, and since there's only a little bit left in there, I didn't really care. Like I didn't, you know, it's not like a whole tub where I was gonna mess it up. And I did actually do 2 coats of the gesso because I knew that this is cord paper, so I knew that it would probably seep in a bit more than regular paper. So I did do 2 coats, and that was just kind of to sort of tone down the background. And then I did some splatters with the gesso. So that was my idea, just to kind of leave a border of that pretty cord paper, but kind of tone it down a little bit because it was a bit too much, even for me. so yeah, so I did do 2 coats. I don't think I record me doing the second coat, but I do 2 coats. And then there's a finished product, and you can see that it did seep in quite a bit because you can see that background very clearly underneath the gesso, but it kind of softens it up and just gives it a little bit more of an airy feel, a light and airy feel. So you know, that cord paper can be a little bit dark, so you know, that was kind of my idea. And then I got some modeling paste, and I started mixing in some of the spray mist. I mixed in the cracked pistachio from Tim Holtz, and then I'm also going to mix in some which one do I mix in? Lindy's Stamp Gang, which is a bluer one, which is the Tibetan Poppy Teal. So I mix a bit of those, and my whole idea is just to kind of get that same green color as the photo corners. So that was what I did, and then I'm just using my Tim Holtz, the dot fade stencil, to kind of just place that by the photo corners there. So just to add a little bit more fun and more texture. So I'm all about the texture. Megan Trainor's all about the base, and I'm all about the texture. Sorry. I know my jokes are not funny. So yeah, so I let that dry. I did have to leave that dry for a little bit because it was on cork. So even though the modeling paste dries fairly quickly, but I did want to make sure it was dry because I didn't want to smudge it around. And then I used those 2 little pieces from the Mombi Chips chipwork pack. And then I went through my little die cuts from the Craft Market collection, which is the, you know, what I'm working with in this kit. And there was a little die cut that says, "Yes, we are open." And I thought that was so perfect because, I mean, it's a grocery store. So, you know, I think, and there it is. And I think that was just so perfect. I mean, where else am I going to use that? Honestly, like, where else am I going to use a die cut that says, "Yes, we're open"? You know, so it was, unless, like, you know, you're doing a page about, like, your business, you know, so it was perfect. So I used that, and then I'm just kind of seeing, I used that one with the little camera, which was super cute, and I thought that went really well there. And I actually angled my photo, you guys. I don't angle my photos. It's very rare that I angle a photo because I'm a little bit of a, well, I should say I have a little bit of OCD. My OCD doesn't allow me to angle photos. They have to be straight all the time. So I angled the photo and I'm happy with it. So, so yay for me. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna cut out a couple more circles maybe. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. I'm not sure at all. But yeah, basically I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, oh, okay, because I wanted to add some more yellow. I'm sorry. I told you guys, I recorded this about a week ago. So, or I did this about a week ago. So, yeah, I was cutting out some more circles. And the circles that you see, that you kind of see just like the rim of the circle, like the open circles, are just the borders on some of the ones that I cut out. So, so that's what it is. And I am going to use some of these Tim Holtz Tiny Alpha words. And let me grab my layout. Okay, so I'm gonna, I think I do some stuff off camera after I stop recording. So that says, "Memories with friends I will cherish for a lifetime," are the little words that I put there. And then I will add on top of that, I will use some Heidi Swapp little thickers, chipboard thickers, and I'm gonna write my first job right above that. And then I will put a WD for Winn-Dixie, where that little camera die cut is, underneath the top photo. And then I'm also going to put the year, which I'm going to spray paint in, like, not spray paint, use my mist and mist it in pink. So I'm going to put the year on the bottom photo. So you're going to see that. I'm not sure, honestly, if I record that, so I guess we'll see. But the video should be over soon because video's almost ending. And then I added some white paper on the top and the bottom, just to kind of, because I kind of felt like it was too dark. So just to add some white on there. So yeah, so those are those Heidi Swapp thickers that I'm going to use. And yeah, so I was going to spell out Winn-Dixie, but I didn't have ends, I think. Yeah, I had no ends, so I couldn't do that. So that's why it turned into my first job. And there it is. I didn't record it after all. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my video. If you have any questions, please let me know, or any comments. I love to hear from you guys. So thank you so much again for watching, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.